The hot cross bun is a part of the Belizean tradition at Easter time. Many families still make these buns at home. But for those who may not have a recipe or don't have the time to make the cross buns, there are places like the YWCA that make these buns to sell. To find out how the YWCA makes its buns, we stopped by to learn more from the hospitality department. So we start the process by combining the ingredients and mixing them together for a few minutes.
We start with 5 pounds of flour, and it will be 3 packs of the coconut powder, 2 pounds of sugar, we have vanilla, yeast, the allspice, cinnamon, the nutmeg. We use 1 pound of shortening, and then we add the warm water as we go along mixing. You add the flour into the mixer. Then the sugar. Followed by coconut powder. After the coconut powder, we add the spices. Then we add the vanilla. Followed by the shortening. Then we add the paddle for the mixer. I would advise you just after all the dry ingredients is when we add the water a little bit at a time until everything is well mixed. It takes like 2 to 3 minutes and then
And when the dough is ready, it is cut into pieces, weighed and rolled into balls. Those are then pressed down to get the shape of the bun and left for 30 or so minutes, after which the signature cross is placed on top. The dough is then placed in the oven for some 30 or 40 minutes to bake. At the YWCA, these buns are a part of continuing the Belizean tradition, but it is also a fundraiser for the nonprofit organization. Public Relations Officer for the YWCA, Giovanni Collins, says that the hospitality department has perfected the recipe so that the public can help them to raise monies for the Helping Early Leavers program, which caters to young girls.
This was one of the fundamental fundraisers that was common and ordinarily have to happen during this time of year. The cross bun stems from generation to generation, and between those generations, we have been tweaking, we have been making errors and trials, but nevertheless, we found out the best remedy of all. And so we continue with that remedy and that recipe in order to provide great service and a good product to our Belizean buyers. It's a tradition, and we uphold the tradition, and that's why we promote it as a traditional Easter bun. And to be honest, the Easter bun and the regular bun is 2 different things, as I was told, because I'm not a cook. But nevertheless, I see these ladies working, and you could see the effort they put in it. All right, a traditional Easter bun is more heavier than a regular bun that we would sell. Reason being is because of the spices and every other ingredient that goes in it. Monies that are made from these products then stem towards the infrastructure, it stems towards salaries, it stems toward having equipment needed to provide for these girls in the Helping Early Leavers program that really and truly needs the help.
Now that the buns are ready to be taken out of the oven, they're left to cool, after which they're glazed with a special mix of spices, butter, and brown sugar. As Collins explains, once that is done, they're ready to be eaten any way you prefer.
In my home, I know the traditional thing that you would do on a Friday, on a Good Friday, is to fry your fish, have your bread, have your bun. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to seafood, so I definitely go towards the bun and the bread and eat it with some cheese, butter and cheese, and that's my meal for the day. But in any other Belizean home, I know you could find bread and bun.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.